welcome everyone to Season 7 of Survivor Michigan. Now, Emma is wrong. That is the incorrect answer. You gotta try again.
I was looking at an outdated calendar, which really set me back.
I didn't get to be part of the first day. I'm kind of mad at myself for whatever the heck made me throw up.
I would be down to do Final 2 if we can pull it off.
Final 2 promises day 1 don't mean anything.
Alright.
La tribu.
La tribu.
I definitely have created a stronger bond with Emma.
Ian has deleted the link to the idol and changed it to just having fun.
Yesterday, I had a 6-person conversation.
The big group is thinking to split votes.
Juan, one of the members of La Tribu, wasn't invited.
This is who should be going home tonight. This is nothing personal.
First person voted out of Survivor Michigan Season 7, Ian.
I guess this vote is just for fun.
Okay, so we just had our first tribal, and I don't know how the fuck I'm still here.
So I made it through my first tribal council, and although it went exactly how I thought it was gonna go, I was still so nervous. What the heck? It's only the first week. It's only gonna get worse.
Holy cow. Especially when I saw that one name, or that one vote with my name on it crossed out, I was like, oh shit, something's already gone wrong. And I probably would have assumed it was Ian because Ian seemed to be the one that wanted me gone.
We have enough people that aren't completely satisfied with how the split turned out and the problems that emerged with the lack of communication.
4 girls are going to vote for Ian, and the 3 of us guys are going to vote for Evelyn, so it's going to end up being 4 guys voting Evelyn, 5 guys voting Ian, 5 girls voting Ian. So it's going to be super easy for these girls to just go to Evelyn after the vote and be like, look, the guys ganged up on you. They're trying to screw you over.
Yeah.
We sort of fucked up.
We did.
Yeah, I was like, one of us has to speak up right now. And it's equally as my bad for not doing it, but
that they're going to tell Evelyn right after the vote, oh, the guys just ganged up on you. I said, we were trying to figure out if there was any alternate move we could make. Didn't seem like there was a route there.
My next call of the night was talking to Evelyn. I gave her all the tea.
Well, we split 5-4, guys and girls.
Yeah.
The girls are not as close as they seem.
Yeah. I kind of gathered. Yeah.
Yeah. There are 2 girls that are running this game right now, and I am not one of them.
It was great. I think it was an eye-opening moment for us.
I expected 8-1 against Ian, because that's what everyone had told me. I wasn't blown away shocked when my name was called, because there's obviously I wasn't there. You threw out your name, my name. I think you said Maddie's name, but I don't know. At this point, though, with everything you just told me, I'm just kind of blank slate looking forward. It's kind of good because I've started to see, who's going to be trustworthy in the future, especially because obviously if they're willing to turn things like that and they're obviously in it for the power trip, then they aren't going to show anyone any mercy.
If we could go to tribal again, I think we could pull the numbers to vote people off so that the tribe would not be as divided as it is.
I'm here, I live another day, and we can only go up from here, so.
Vaguely, my strategy was to treat my alliance like an onion. So just like Shrek, onions have layers. So I want to constantly be in the majority of subsets of alliances. So inside of our 9, my goal was to make a 5 or 6, but inside of the 5, I want to be in the majority of the 3. So be the 3 and the 5 and the 9.
he's going to reach out to Carolyn, who we both agreed was more the leader type. And then I'm going to reach out to Megan.
I'm glad you reached out. Like I said, I've been wanting to like meet with people, but I haven't gotten a chance. But I definitely in like the back of my mind, I was like, oh, Brian would be a good one.
The way I'm trying to think about it is kind of like an onion, where there's different layers in your alliance. Everything goes back to Shrek.
Like an ogre.
Yeah. But right, if we have 9, we want to be on an alliance in the majority of the 9. So preferably a 5 or a 6. So we want to feel like we're tight. If we lose a challenge, which hopefully we don't, but odds are we will, we feel like we're in the majority inside of our tribe. But then I would also hope to be inside of the majority inside of that majority, right? So the 3 and the 5. So now I'm trying to get a scope of people to say, who do I really like? Who do I want to be in the kind of super majority inside of the majority?
We meet with both of them, then we reach out to the other person. So I'll reach out to Carolyn, he'll reach out to Megan. Hopefully those talks go well.
Yeah, no, I feel like this is a heist movie right now. I feel like we're trying to like put together a crew, assembling the ultimate crew. So I don't know. I like us 4. I like Brian and you and Carolyn. I don't know. I feel like that's a solid start.
But we're gonna need a 5th. Just remember, because if we only have 4, we're the minority. We're gonna get voted out.
You're right. Definitely right. We want to be the majority of the tribe.
So he told me like possibly like me, you, and him would be like a group of 3, and then we'd make like a bigger group of 5 around that. So like no matter what, we would be like a stronger alliance, and like hopefully as far as possible with just our group. I'm feeling good about Brian C. I like him. I like his character. I think he's very genuine. Either that or he's really good at like playing me, because I'm pretty good at reading people. I thought he was really nice.
Brian C., my initial impression was that he was just kind of quiet and reserved, but like I said, he reached out to me, which I thought was really nice. Like he wanted to work with me, and I think he would be a good person to be working with because he's very, very acute. Like he notices so many small things and brings up all these points that I hadn't thought of. Will, I thought seemed very nice. I am not positive, but I'm pretty sure that he reached out to every single person after our first challenge and said like, hey, you did a great job. Like he's trying to become friends with everyone. But then from my conversations with Brian, I found out that he also like kind of wanted to work with me, which obviously is exciting for me because I thought he would be a good person to work with also. And we met the other day and I felt like we just vibed a lot. And honestly, I think he's kind of cute. So, maybe I'll go for it. We'll see.
Will, my feelings on Will come from the fact that I think he's a little too headstrong, a little too like almost cocky. Versus Brian seems like kind of an understated guy. Yeah, I don't know. I definitely feel more sure about him than I feel about Will.
But
it's
yeah,
nerve-wracking, to be honest.
I know.
Trying to figure out what other people are doing.
Yeah, it's kind of like I feel like I'm just like always on edge. Like, are they plotting against us? Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
If we're gonna like form this like banding together like group, we have to like get a majority. Like, we need 5. Maybe.
Yeah. So is that what Brian talked to you about?
Sort of. Like, so I've talked to him and Will. I think you also talked to him.
Oh, okay.
Right. So
Yeah,
they
I've
want to
talked to
like
them.
form an alliance basically with like us 4, but like we need more than 4 because 4 is
Yeah,
not
you need at least 5. Turns out Megan had already met with Brian C. and Will earlier. So she already knew the situation with the alliance. I thought I would have to like be sneaky about it, but she already knew it, so whatever. I don't know what game Brian C. and Will are doing, but it turns out they're not being very discreet.
Should we be like the pandas or something?
Sure.
Kind of bear.
I'll
Oh my
be
god,
a
how do you
panda.
feel that you're literally like the mascot of our whole team?
It's so weird. I was like, I just have this thing behind me and y'all named it after him. He just sits here. He's very cute, but
It's kind of funny.
Well, you can't kick me off if I have the mascot.
Exactly.
First meeting of the pandas, I guess, if that's what we're calling ourselves.
Yeah.
I love the idea. I do not trust Will. But the way I see it, I can beat Will and Brian.
Very fierce.
Heck yeah. Claws are out.
Hello everyone. I got some information for you guys before your next immunity challenge, so make sure to listen up. The first thing I have for you is a riddle, so here we go. An online survivor may be unexpected, but don't make your idol hunt detected. If you're curious on how this works, just know that Google Earth has its perks. A password-protected site blocks the way, with a reward that will properly contain a chance to remain in this game one more vote. All lowercase, no punctuation, for y'all to keep note.
Brady posted a idol clue in the tribe chat.
So, idol clue just dropped, and I cannot figure it out.
So the riddle basically says that we have to look in Google Earth, and that there's going to be some link to some site that's going to be password protected. Which is so vague.
Honestly, I'm very confused because obviously the riddle mentions Google Earth, so we have to find something on there, but I have no idea what I'm looking for.
Like, what specifically on Google Earth am I supposed to be looking for?
I absolutely have no clue where to start with that one.
I'm trying as hard as I can to find it because I would love to have the idol right now. I don't trust anyone else with the idol, so I'd rather have it myself.
I want to find this idol. I think it would be really useful to have, especially at the beginning when everything's like in flux.
Like, I was watching through some old seasons to see, like, hey, what are their riddles like? And usually they have some, like, I remember this one clue, they mentioned something like the old gods, and then you'd look through Ann Arbor looking for something like God related.
I have not had a ton of luck because I have no idea where on Google Earth I'm supposed to look. You know, what Brady essentially said with the idol clue is, all right, guys, the idol is somewhere around the world. And that was it.
Don't even know. Google Earth, it doesn't have fucking perks.
So today I woke up to some videos from production in our tribe chat about a reward challenge. So I'm like, oh, nice. It's gonna be fun.
We are going to be doing our first reward challenge of the season. So, as I hope you guys know, the Super Bowl is coming up in about 3 days, and we have a list of common sports bets on the Super Bowl that we have for you guys. So each tribe will be making these bets, just picking them. You don't actually have to make money bets, but each tribe will be picking their bets, and the tribe that picks the most bets correctly after the Super Bowl will win a reward for their tribe. Also, each tribe will be randomly picking a commissioner. So we're going to randomly choose it for you in another video, and that commissioner will be tasked with making a video to send to us production by 1 p.m. on Sunday before the game, saying what your tribe's votes are and why you guys picked what you picked.
We gotta play some bets, and there's gonna be like a randomly selected commissioner for each tribe. Like, okay, seems fun. Really hope I'm not commissioner, but let's roll with it.
This commissioner is also going to get a small advantage in the game, so stay tuned to see who your tribe's commissioner is going to be.
At the end of the video, he's like, oh yeah, these commissioners, they get a small advantage in the game. So when he goes to spin the wheel, I'm like, okay, hoping for like Will, Megan, Carolyn.
Well, first they spin it for the Bears, and there's I don't even know who landed on. They're irrelevant.
For the DeBears tribe, it looks like we are going to have Brian C.
No, it lands on me. Brady. Why? I do not need this target on my back. I was comfortable with where I was, despite doubts. I was comfortable, and now you've gone and put this target on my back for something that might not even be worth it.
Spun it for the Spurs, and I was like, like I got a 1 in 8 chance here to get commissioner. I kind of like these odds, you know, it's definitely not going to be me.
For the Spurs tribe, we're going to have, it looks like Rohan.
Spins a few times, lands on Rohan. I'm like, perfect. This is not a great start to the day, because being commissioner is just a lot of extra work, unnecessary work, unnecessarily putting eyes on me, unnecessarily putting a target on my back.
Our Pete Radovich capturing the heartbeat of America and the history that's about to be made, and all the hope that is inside this stadium.
And learning each other and what they do best.
3rd and 4. Ball deflected, tipped, and who else but Tyrann Mathieu has another interception.
Fake it here, and then you run on the next one if you don't get it.
There's the fake, there's the pass, and there's the catch for the touchdown. Antonio Brown. Just 5 minutes remaining.
For the reward challenge, we had to kind of put in some bets as to what would happen at the Super Bowl. Some of the bets were, will there be more than 63 points total?
And when the Super Bowl ended, the ball would be in the hands of Tom Brady.
Another one was who would score first.
On the year, 49-yard attempt. And that kick is good.
Another one was the coin toss.
Toss the coin. It is heads. Kansas City has won the toss.
So we had our masters and experts at football, Alex and Rohan, though apparently it's just Alex that knows about it, kind of come up with the bets for us. And so we were feeling kind of good because they felt confident about their answers.
I don't know anything about I don't even know who's playing in the Super Bowl. I know The Weeknd is performing at halftime. That's all I know.
And given I knew absolutely nothing about football, I could not contribute that much to the conversation, except for, you know, the national anthem part, but as much as I could contribute there.
We both bet completely wrong. We were all just completely off, and everybody betted for the Chiefs to win, but of course that didn't happen.
We're all like watching to see, you know, oh man, are we going to win this bet or not? And it was a tie.
It was in the last possession of the fourth quarter, and the Chiefs had absolutely zero chance of winning. But that didn't matter to us at all. All that the Bears cared about was that the Chiefs were the last team to score. And they had it in easy field goal range, you know, 20 yards out, you know, 30 seconds left on the clock.
And this culture's changed forever.
Here comes Mahomes. Trying to find the end zone, and no, how about that? One last indignity.
And they threw another interception.
But we had said that for the tiebreaker, it would be that score points overall would be guessed, and we guessed a number that was close enough. So we won the tiebreaker and therefore won the reward challenge. That felt pretty good.
So Alex pretty much took the reins on the challenge and pretty much just wrote all the bets that he wants, and then I just filmed whatever he said, and we went with that.
I was the Super Bowl was freaking me out because I had I did all those bets obviously for the tribe, and then like I had forgot about it, and I started doing like my own bets with like my friends. They were like, "Oh, do this one, all right, perfect." And then I realized like half of them were contradicting what the tribe had midway through the game. I was just not. I didn't even know what to root for.
Unfortunately, this weekend we lost the Super Bowl reward challenge. I mean, there's nothing really it wasn't really anybody's fault.
I thought there was literally zero chance that this could go tits up. And yet, here we are.
I'm never watching professional football again.
So as a result of our win in the Super Bowl challenge, we won an advantage in one of the next 2 immunity challenges. We can use it for either one, and we have no other information about what the challenges are going to be. So it's pretty much just whichever one we prefer.
I think we have to decide by tomorrow if we want to use the advantage, either tomorrow or at the next one.
Oh yeah, because I kind of don't want to use it, mostly because we lost the first one, and I'm not thinking we're gonna lose another one back to back because we're all kind of like wanting to win the next one, right? So.
Well, we also only lost the first
I
one,
wanted
so
to
you
win
do
the
math.
first one too.
Like one, I agree with you. Like we definitely like want it, but like so does the other tribe. Like it's like we shouldn't be naive and think like, oh, just because we really want to win, like we're gonna win.
No, we need to win.
Yeah.
And I think like it would be worse like if we saved it for next time and like didn't win this time, then we would be down to 7 people.
Yeah.
Which then we would have a disadvantage to kind of begin with.
And I also don't want to go through the stress of figuring out who to vote for again. That was awful.
Luciana needs to enjoy her vacation.
You don't need her to stress about Survivor.
Alright, y'all, good afternoon. The tribe has spoken, and they wanted a beach confessional, so here I am on the beach doing a confessional.
That would make all of us so jealous if you were zooming while you were on the beach. Oh
my god. I would be so mad.
Don't do it.
I would vote you off just because I'd be jealous.
And I think most of us are on board with using it in this upcoming challenge, which honestly I think is the better choice, because if we win this upcoming challenge, then tribes will be even, which will make the second challenge more fair.
So yeah, tomorrow, let's use the advantage. I feel convinced now. I think you guys are right that we should probably at least win this one so that the next challenge we're even in terms of numbers. We don't want any underdog tribe stories. Fuck all that. We want to like win.
As you can see, I'm wearing blue. Go Spurs.
As a result of being picked commissioner, I got a small advantage in the game. The advantage ended up being a clue to the immunity idol, as I thought, and here's what it reads. The clue reads, knowing it has 9 letters isn't nothing, but you just gotta keep trucking. So put on your tribal bandana and head to West Monroe, Louisiana. Unless you can name what we just started spraying. So I was thinking originally, I was like, I don't really want this idol clue. I don't really want to be commissioner because I think it's just gonna put an unnecessary target on my back. So I was like, how do I like turn the situation into like my favor? Obviously I didn't have a choice. I was randomly picked to be commissioner. So what I decided was I texted my 4 closest allies, Alex, Megan, Luciana, and Juan.
So around 1 p.m. yesterday, I'm like, packing up, getting ready to go on my flight, and Rohan was like, hey, I don't know what I should do with my clue, which I'm receiving soon. Hopefully it's one for the idol. He ends up sending it to me first. And the clue is absolutely whack. Like, I don't even know what this is. Like, they want us to look in West Monroe, Louisiana.
And he felt confident enough to get to share the reward with me as a token of trust, showing that he trusts me.
So I told him to maybe like hide the idol in the case that, or hide the clue, oh my god, hide the clue and lie about it in the case that he might be able to find the item for himself. And we could potentially save it going into a possible tribe swap or a tribe merge.
I sent this to each of them individually. I was like, I'm gonna share the clue with only you, and you and I can look at it, work on it together, and try to find the idol together. So that obviously was pretty risky, because if they talked to each other, then I would have been screwed. They would have known that I'm playing all of them.
Pretty sure he sent it to me and sent it to probably somebody else. I feel good that he sent it to me because I've been kind of working on keeping trust with him.
So that was for like a few hours, and then by the end of it, at the end of the night, we had a tribe Zoom call where I just shared it with all of them.
Do you think like the spraying has something to do with West Monroe, Louisiana, or do you think they're
I don't
separate?
think so. I think they're unrelated.
There's like nothing in West Monroe, Louisiana.
Yeah, there's literally nothing.
Well, then it's a smaller place to look.
I shared it with everyone. Everyone was like, "Oh, thank you so much for sharing." And then I made sure I like typed like hashtag Spurs strong or whatever bullshit, just to make sure that they know I'm like tribe first right now, even though like I don't really care that much.
I swear to God that this idol clue is going to be the end of me. I am so convinced that it has to do with Duck Dynasty, but I cannot figure out for the life of me what the word is.
There was like a Coke factory, or like the beginnings of a Coke factory turned into a museum. It was where Duck Dynasty is filmed. People are like, that's a lead.
Not only do all the characters in Duck Dynasty wear a bandana, not only is there a literal episode called Truck Commander that has to do with the, keep on trucking. It's filmed in West Monroe, Louisiana. It fits all the boxes.
And the last thing is the most confusing. Unless you can name what we just started spraying. So it's unless, which means if I can figure out what is spraying, the rest of the clue doesn't matter, which makes zero sense to me. What the hell is spraying? Champagne, ocean spray juice beats me, dude.
I thought it would be like a farm or something, so I was like, pesticide, that's 9 words. That's not.
And I've now watched 3 different episodes just to find some word that fits. Commander, no. Robertson, no. Duck Dynasty, no.
I have no idea what this clue is about. I've been trying so many different things. I put in spray tan as one of my guesses.
Oh wait, betraying is a rhyme. That kind of goes along with Survivor.
It has to do with this. Like, I swear to God, it has to be something with Duck Dynasty, but I cannot figure out what. I don't know what the spraying thing means at the end of the clue, but it's driving me insane.
I found, there's betraying, buffeting, conveying, dismaying, and surveying.
I don't even watch Duck Dynasty. I
I get the clue the next day. It's a full-on idol clue. That's my advantage. I was like, whoa, this is very useful. If you need help in getting by, to BFF you must fly. You must see this sign and the letters you need, number 9. But the question still remains, who welcomes all hot air balloonists? BFF, you must fly. So in case you didn't know or weren't aware of this, in the United States at least, all airports have 3-letter codes similar to BFF. You have like LGA's LaGuardia, I think, LAX for Los Angeles, DTW's Detroit. Okay, we're just gonna use Control F here. Here it is. Scottsbluff, I think that's Nebraska. I mean, we could just try to just like search. Because yeah, Scottsbluff. Okay, so there is a balloon thing. in western Nebraska. So yeah, this is Old West Balloon Fest. That's cute. But it ties in with those last two lines, but I don't know who welcomes the hot air balloonists. Like I think the answer to that question is the password. I need to put it, but I don't know the answer to that question. Another very crucial piece of information, line 4, 9-letter password. And this is something I shared with the Pandas Alliance.
I can't believe for your advantage, they literally were like, that password's 9 letters. That's so not helpful.
It was not helpful at all. Like something to do with Google Earth and it's 9 letters.
Like where did you put the 9-letter password in?
They kind of got to saying like, oh yeah, that's pretty useless. And I was like, I know, right? It's pretty useless when in fact it's pretty useful. So if I can find it before the next clue comes out, great. If the next clue is different and it helps me narrow things down, even better.
Spurs Tribe, go on in, everyone. So here is your new and hopefully improved Spurs Tribe. Ian was voted out at the last tribal council. Spurs, you guys won the reward challenge from this last week. Would you guys like to share what your reward was?
Yeah, so we got the option to get an advantage in one of the next 2 immunity challenges.
And are you using that for this challenge?
Yes, we are.
All right. So with that, tribal immunity is back up for grabs. So they're going to use their advantage, and the way this challenge works is every person on your tribe is going to be assigned an emoji. We are going to go through each person in your tribe, and you have to try to guess the other person on the other tribe that has the same emoji that you do. So for example, I might say, oh, Jared, do you have the sun emoji? And if Jared has the sun emoji and I have the sun emoji, we are both out of the challenge. My tribe gets a point. So the tribe that gets the most points wins immunity for their tribe. With the advantage for the Spurs tribe, they get 3 guesses before DeBears gets any guesses. That's going to be their advantage that they won with the reward challenge. So DeBears, you guys got to sit someone out. So I'm going to give you guys a couple minutes to strategize, figure out who's sitting on the DeBears tribe, and then we'll get into it. DeBears tribe, who is sitting out for your tribe for this challenge?
I'm sitting out.
All right, Kaylin's sitting out. Now numbers are equal 8-8, so we'll get right into it. Spurs, you guys got 3 guesses, starting off with Alex.
Brian C., do you have the clown emoji?
Not.
No?
Then Megan S.
Caroline, do you have the rainbow emoji?
Nope.
All right. And Luciana?
Sreya, do you have the football emoji?
I do.
So Sreya does have the football emoji, but Luciana does not also have the football emoji. So no point there. Brian S., you are up. What is your guess?
Okay, Evelyn, do you have the toilet paper emoji?
No.
Maddie, you're up.
William, do you have the pizza emoji?
I don't have the pizza emoji.
All right. Will does not have the pizza emoji. Zach, you're up.
Maddie, do you have the puzzle emoji?
I do have the puzzle emoji.
All right. So Maddie does have the puzzle emoji, but no point for Zach, as that is not his emoji. Rohan, you're up.
Jared, do you have the basketball emoji?
I do not.
Jared does not have the basketball emoji. Will, you're up.
Evelyn, do you have the clown emoji?
No.
Emma, you're up.
Hey, Sreya, do you have the football emoji?
I do.
And is that also your emoji, Emma, or?
It is, in fact, my emoji.
All right. So with that, Emma scores the first point of the game, guessing Sreya's emoji. Spurs tribe takes a 1-0 lead. So Brian C., now you're up.
Alex, do you have the moon emoji?
Yes, I do.
Brian, do you have the moon emoji? No.
I do not.
All right. So Megan S., you're up.
Zach, do you have the chick emoji?
No, I do not.
All right. And back to the top of the order for DeBears, Brian S., you're up.
Okay, hey Maddie, do you happen to have the puzzle emoji?
I do, in fact, have the puzzle emoji.
Same.
All right, so that scores a point for DeBear's tribe, evening up 1-1, taking Brian S. and Maddie out of the game. Rohan, you're up.
Jared, do you have the snowman emoji?
I do.
All right, but Rohan does not. Rohan does not have the snowman emoji, so no point there. Will, you're up.
Evelyn, do you have the eggplant emoji?
No.
No eggplant emoji for Evelyn. Yeah, we include that one. It happens. Evelyn, you're up.
Brian C, do you have the sunflower emoji?
Do.
All right, so with that, Evelyn wins a point for Spurs. Score is 2-1. Spurs to the Bears, taking Brian C and Evelyn out of the game. So Jared, yeah, you're up.
Luciana, do you have the snowman emoji?
I do not.
A snowman emoji for Luciana. Juan, you're up.
Jared, do you have the snowman emoji?
Yeah, whatever.
And is that your emoji, Juan?
It is my emoji, actually.
All right, so that wins another point for Spurs, taking Jared and Juan out of the game. Points right now, 3 Spurs, 1 for the Bears. The Bears, you gotta get going pretty soon. All right, Carolyn, you're up.
Alex, do you have the clown emoji?
No, I do not.
Alex, you are up.
Carolyn, do you have the moon emoji?
Nope.
Megan C, you're up.
Rohan, do you have the drums?
I do not.
No drums for Rohan. Next up is Megan S.
Zach, do you have the drums?
Yes, I do.
And so do I.
And so do you. That is another point for Spurs. Currently in the lead 4-1. And so now that we're down to the final 6, Spurs players are Alex, Luciana, and Rohan. The Bears have Will, Carolyn, Megan C.
Luciana, are you the clown?
I am the clown emoji.
I'm not the clown.
Right. So no point there. Luciana, you were up.
Carolyn, are you the clown emoji?
Yeah, I have the clown.
So with that, Spurs tribe gets a 5th point, officially wins immunity for their tribe. Will not be going to tribal council this week. Everyone feel free to turn your cameras back on. And if you're on the Spurs tribe, feel free to celebrate. If you're on the Bears, you can be sad.
Oh, let's go.
Let's go. Bye-bye, Bears.
All right. So with that, again, Spurs tribe wins immunity. That advantage from the Ward Challenge really paying off for them. The Bears tribe, I will see you guys later this week, where you will be headed to tribal council to vote the very first person off of your tribe. So, all right, that's all I have for you. Grab your stuff and out. Good night.
This is Teddy. Live footage of me and Teddy celebrating after we just won that immunity challenge.
I did not know my first guess that we got because of the challenge. I was the 3rd person asked, and I did not know I would hit that spot on. I guess like the manifesting vibes, like I don't know.
Yeah, it was sick. Our strategy paid off. The reward came in clutch, and we don't have to go to tribal council, so let's go.
We finished our 2nd challenge and we won. So that means we don't have to go to tribal immunity. We don't have to vote someone off. This week is a chill week. And by chill, I mean I'm absolutely going to continue talking to people. But it probably won't be about game strategy.
I did a call with all of the girls on our tribe like half an hour ago now. But, we just kind of talked about our lives. Like we didn't really talk that much about the game. Because, I mean, there's not really much to talk about right now.
It's like I went to the interview and I was like joking with like the producers like most of the time. And then they're like, oh, you're on Survivor. I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool. So it was really casual for me. And it was kind of just by chance that I scrolled like onto this thing. So yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of what happened with me too. Like I also found it on the Facebook page. I did not think I was going to get on either.
Maddie brought up the fact that the night prior, or the same night, she had a call with the other 4 girls on the tribe.
The topic of idols came up really briefly, and like everyone was like, we really have like literally no idea anything. Like,
And then Maddie, she told me, she was like, oh no, like don't worry about it. We were just talking about girl stuff. We barely talked about strategy. And it's a little tough for me to buy that at this point in the game.
At the end of the day, it was 3 votes, but they were already starting first, so it was really just 2 extra votes. And 2 extra guesses with the number of guesses that were thrown around. I don't think that's actually that big of a deal. What got us is that we had a strategy and the execution was just horrible. On all fronts, mine too.
So the best way to figure out what the other team has, in my mind, was to figure out what we had. So I said, hey, why don't we just make our first guess the emoji below our own. So that way, they still don't know which ones we have, but we know which ones we have because we figured this out in this breakout room beforehand. In that breakout room, like, I felt like it was Zach and I doing most of the talking. More so Zach than I was.
We were putting everything together, and I guess that's kind of why I'm sus for this week, because I definitely took a leading role in establishing the strategy. So I can see them getting mad that I didn't pull through with the strategy that I created.
Megan, C, Will, Carolyn, and myself, we're calling ourselves the Pandas. We met before the challenge for the first time officially.
I really like the idea for if we do another one for Bear Grylls, but pronounce it the Bear Girls.
Bear Girls. Yeah, I mean, it's good to have 4 of us in a group. Like, locked and loaded. What this means is, the only issue is if the other group is in a group of 5.
I don't know when you guys talked to Straya, like I didn't mention anyone else like at all. Like we were just talking in general. Is that what you guys did too?
That's how I did it.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay. So how do you want to approach like asking her if she's in, you know? Because she doesn't even know there's an alliance at all.
I don't know. I don't know if she'd be helpful or just not because she's so quiet. But honestly, it's good to have somebody like that on your team because then they're not problematic.
We can just like throw in a group chat or something and just say, yo, and kind of pretend like we didn't have a group chat before her. It's like, hey guys, this is the squad, you know? We're the Bear Girls.
It's all about predictability, consistency, everything you want in a perfect ally is just being able to know what they're gonna do. And hopefully we found that in Straya.
I think we should like act on it pretty quick so she doesn't feel like if we lose tonight, she may feel like she has to scramble.
I feel like she'd be down for sure.
I think just the most important thing is like she can't know that it was like the 4 first.
So a few days ago, I had a conversation with Will, and he tells me that he's actually already on an alliance with Megan, Carolyn, and Brian C. And that he's thinking that I could join the alliance.
I'm not supposed to be saying this, so you probably shouldn't repeat this unless you want to get me kicked out. But so right now, Brian C, which was the duty to the crossword, Megan, Carolyn, and I are in an alliance. And I was trying to push for you to be the 5th person. And I wouldn't say that like it got pushed back. It just, people were like, you know, maybe we can just see our options, you know, like get the feel. But yeah. I'm gonna try. I don't know. I like you a lot. I'm gonna try to make that push. Does that seem like a 5-person alliance that would work for you?
Yeah, of course. I mean, I would stick to anything that's available right now, if I'm being honest.
So when it was finally my turn to talk to Straya, I just came out with it all and said exactly what I told Pandas I wouldn't say. And
to be on a nice, wholesome majority alliance right now, that is exactly what I need.
Okay, I'll bite the bullet on Straya, but I'm gonna make her think that I was the person who got her into this tribe, and it wasn't Megan and Carolyn pushing the envelope.
But I'm also really grateful because he seems to be pulling me on to this really perfect alliance at the moment.
I was trying to, I think it would be really good to go into the next challenge,
Mhm.
knowing that whatever like happens, we should be good.
I'm getting pulled onto this alliance, but in a few days, in a few tribal councils, we'll see how that goes.
Okay, yeah. So there are 4 options: Jared, Brian S., Zach, or Kaylin.
We all like Jared enough to keep him around. I think that's kind of the consensus.
I don't
Yeah,
dislike him.
I'd say so.
I don't really know him, but he seems nice.
Doubt anybody would find the idol this early, and I would hate for the other 4 of them to like come into
Yeah.
really close contact over the next few days and swing it on us. But definitely a good thought to have.
Yeah,
I don't
I think
personally think this vote is the vote for a split, but yeah.
I think it's just too risky, this vote.
Did try at least forming some connections and friendships in this game. Because I think, from a game standpoint, it's very important to form connections as soon as you can. But from, just like a social standpoint, I like everyone on my tribe and I just wanted to get to know them more.
What do you like to do? What are your hobbies?
So I can juggle.
Oh, yo, no way.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't do it, like, all the time, but, like, I like to juggle on some free times that I have.
Do you have any juggling balls right now?
Yeah, give 1 second.
Hit it with my juggling skills.
Hey, nice.
If we have a juggling contest as one of the challenges, we'll be unstoppable.
Yeah, unless we somehow end up being the last 2 and we have to compete against each other.
Oh, no.
I had a meeting with Jared, and I think it went really well. I think that we have more in common than either of us initially thought. He loves to juggle. I also love getting sweaty and touching balls with the boys.
I have our family dog. Oh my gosh, I got to hang out with her and I love that.
You just got a dog?
No, we've had her since she was a rescue and we got her when I was 8 and she's still thriving. Well, she's doing okay, but oh my gosh, it was just so nice to hang out with her. My little fluffy. She's a cockapoo, which is a cocker spaniel poodle.
I used to have a cockapoo.
A little fluffy girl.
I don't know. Zach keeps on texting me and saying, hey, we should probably meet. And I send a response, that's usually when I'm free, and then he ghosts me for a couple of days, and then the cycle repeats. It's happened 3 times.
That happened to me.
And twice he's like, oh, sorry, dude. Eeks is really kicking my ass. I'm like, we've all been there, Zach. It's okay.
I don't think anybody has a strong connection with him. No. If you're gonna be weird, kind of toxic, sending screenshots, you're not gonna expose me with those screenshots. Nuh-uh.
I also think it's interesting that he basically is trying to blackmail me into not voting him off. He said if I vote him off, he won't help me with EECS, computer science class. I don't need his help. I'm pretty good at EECS myself, and I have other friends if I need help, so that's not gonna stop me. Well, that's annoying. So, sorry.
Alright, Megan. You better not vote me out because then I can't help you with EECS.
Well,
and you can't help me with EECS either. So it would be a tough scene for both of us.
Well, I wasn't planning to do that, but why would I not? Why could we not still help each other with EECS?
Well, because then I'll be mad because you voted me out.
Zach really thinks that he can blackmail me into not voting him off because he thinks I need help with my computer science homework? That's funny. I don't need his help. I'm ahead of him in the project, so I don't really know how he would think that. If anything, he needs my help, so I don't really know what's going on there.
I'm talking with Kaylin.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I haven't talked to her.
Me neither.
Me neither.
I haven't heard anything about her.
Dr. Kaylin.
Yeah, it seemed to me like she was absent from the game until I heard Sreya say that.
Excited to kind of get to I definitely feel like after this I know I need to get to know my tribe more.
People want to vote Kaylin out because they see her as not as invested in the game as other people, and I think both perceptions are understandable.
If I had to pick a next target, it would be Kaylin, just because I think she's more of a wild card and I don't know what she's doing really. but she's also got a connection with Sreya.
I think that no one's really talked to her, at least as far as I know. So they wouldn't really be opposed to voting her off. There's no chance that people feel like they're screwing up a relationship voting her off. So that's why Kaylin, and then why me is because everyone has said Kaylin, which seems sus.
I did learn a kind of an interesting tidbit about Brian S. that maybe isn't good for us. He said that he's only taking 4 credits this semester.
Yeah, he's taking 1 class.
Which means that it is a hard
Oh,
class, but it means that it's a whole lot of time if something goes down to just like spend the entire week on Survivor, if need be.
Wow.
True.
You think he found the idol then? Did he have so much
Maybe.
time?
Maybe.
Brian S., the top bun of the Brian sandwich. I want to see Brian gone because Brian intimidates me.
I'm worried that we're making a mistake. I just learned that Brian S. literally is in 1 class, which means he has so much time to look for the idol. And I know that right now it seems really daunting because we barely know anything about where the idol could be.
Okay, are we
Thanks
at a
for meeting.
consensus? Do I need to hear anything else?
If you do, we'll send it in the chat.
Okay,
I think we're at a
alright.
consensus though. I think
Yeah.
we're
Alright.
good.
All right, come on in, guys. Welcome to Bears Tribe to your guys' first tribal council as a tribe. So, is this your first time here? I'm going to say the rules, which is that in this game, your Zoom screen represents life. Unlike fire, in this game, your Zoom screen does. So, when your Zoom screen goes out, so does your life in this game. So, we're going to get right into it. So, Carolyn, what was it like showing up on the first day of Survivor with just a bunch of strangers and just meeting your new tribe and seeing some people from the other tribe too?
It was pretty nerve-wracking, kind of walking in. I didn't know anybody. Definitely, it got better once we started to introduce ourselves, but it's still definitely a weird experience because it kind of felt like, rushing. Like we all had to introduce ourselves, or like, when you're on The Bachelor, you had to give a quick synopsis of your life. And it was fun, though.
Yeah, absolutely. Zach, so do you see any clear differences? You've been playing Survivor for about like week and a half, 2 weeks. Do you see any differences between this game and like a typical CBS Survivor game?
Yeah, I'm not really hungry at all. I just ate some food. A typical CBS Survivor game, I'm guessing that would not be quite as easy. But in regards to the gameplay, I think what's really different about it is unlike a normal TV show, CBS type Survivor, you're always with these people. So communication is kind of constant. You can see when other people are talking, what other people are doing. Whereas now, like, you don't really know at all what anyone else is doing because you're not even around them in person to just see them and like see them act around other people.
I think that's a valid point. So, Brian S., have you seen that at all? Do you think people can be, more sneaky and more conniving behind the scenes because they can do it online with communication versus real Survivor?
I think it's kind of like Zach just said, like, we don't know what everyone is doing. So it's kind of hard to like know what people are thinking, and like setting up calls with people is a little weird, I feel like, just in this online format. So it's definitely a lot more like what is going on just because you're not constantly around everyone. So it's definitely a little more complicated.
Absolutely. So, Sreya, from what you've seen, have there been any clear alliances being made so far? Or is it kind of like, sneaky communication all the way around?
Because it's our first tribal, we've kind of been like testing out the waters, getting to know everyone. We're kind of like feeling out the shape of things, so we're kind of defining ourselves as a tribe as we go along and do this.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely fair. So obviously the reason that you guys are here is because you guys lost the challenge. So Jared, did anyone stand out in the challenge just doing super well for your tribe? Someone stand out as, not doing as well might be a target this week? Or was it just kind of a shit show all the way around?
Honestly, it was I think it was just we were very unlucky at that challenge. There wasn't like one person that did really, really well or someone else that did really, really poorly. I think everyone gave very much an equal amount of effort in the challenge, so I don't really think anybody stood out in that particular way in either direction.
But yeah, you guys did lose the challenge, and you guys aren't just here for fun. You guys do have to vote someone out this week. So, Will, have there been any names of people that have been thrown out this week, or is it, still kind of secretive?
This is such a great team, and there's just like so little conniving going around because I feel like these are all like really wholesome, nice people who would never want to hurt each other. So personally, I think, and I expect everybody else to follow this as well, we're just gonna go the most fair method that we could do, which is we each pull up the Wolverine wheel and just pick somebody randomly. So that's my strat.
Hey, if you want me to, I can pull up the wheel whenever you guys want. This is the theme of the season. So just going off that, Brian C., what qualities are you guys looking for in someone to vote out this week? Obviously, if it was random, that would be funny, that would be hilarious, but that's not what Survivor is. So are you looking for someone to vote out to strengthen your tribe? Has there been people, that have broken trust and alliances, or what's going on?
I think it's just mostly trying to build trust because it's still very early on and you want to keep people around that you trust, and if you don't trust them, that makes them a potential target.
Absolutely. So Kaylin, has there been anyone that you've seen so far that's been, playing a little hard, communicating with a lot of people, maybe leading your tribe, or is everyone kind of on an even platform?
I definitely think everyone that I've talked to has kind of been feeling things out. I don't think I just one standing out the person who's making every single connection and kind of going super hard. But then again, other people have said, it's harder to keep up with people when you're on Zoom. You don't know what other people are doing outside of this, and all you know is what others are telling you, and you don't even know if that's true. So I haven't seen anyone, I don't think, stand out super well, but yeah, I think everyone's kind of equal at this point.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, communicating with people via Zoom, FaceTime, text is very, very weird. Megan, has this week been chaos where everyone's kind of running around trying to figure out what to do and who to vote out? Or has everyone just kind of, been chilling saying, it'll just happen?
Honestly, at the beginning of the week, it was interesting because I thought there was going to be a huge scramble right away after Tribal, but really not much happened until within the last day or two. So there's been a lot of meetings, I think, in the last 24 hours, and so it's going to be interesting how everything shakes out.
So, Carolyn, how do you think that bodes for you? Everyone's kind of chilling, everyone's relaxing. Megan said there hasn't been too much going on. Do you think that you could be a target, or that anyone could be a target if everyone's just kind of chilling and relaxing?
Yeah, I think potentially anyone's a target right now. The fact that everybody kind of is in the same state where we don't know what's going to happen today. I don't think I'm a target. I hope I'm not a target. I guess we'll find out.
So, just an open question to anyone. Does anyone feel like they could be a target this week? Their name could be on the chopping block? I got a hand from Jared. We'll have a hand from Kaylin. So, Zach, how do you feel about that? That two people just raise their hands. Are those the two people that might be voted out this week? Is that what's going on?
Honestly, I have no idea. I haven't been on too many calls. Not really sure, to be honest with you.
All right, fair enough. So Will, how does, Zach said he wasn't on many calls, Jared raised his hand, Kaylin raised her hand. Any idea what's going on? It sounds like everyone's just kind of in the middle of this shit show right now.
I thought about raising my hand. I think it might be, I know that I'm surrounded by smart people, and it might be an insult to them as players to think that anyone is immune here. So it might just be the smart thing for to always be wary, always be, have your head in the game.
Brian C., do you see that at all, being one of the younger people on your tribe, that you could just potentially be a target that they could just take out and leave behind?
Thank you for bringing that up again, Brady. I try my best to just be me and, try to, like I said earlier, build trust. And as far as I've heard, I don't think that's a factor. For all I know, I could be voted out tonight, and maybe it is a factor. But if it is a factor, I'm not aware of it, and I'd rather be voted out because I did something stupid in the game than because I'm a young member.
Okay, so with that, I'm going to ask the age-old question. Raise your hand if you feel safe tonight, if you feel there's no way you're going home. Perfect. Love to see it. So with that, it is time to vote. Sounds like everyone thinks they might have a chance of going home, which always leads to an exciting tribal council. First person to vote, we're going to go with Zach.
So they're rather an easy vote.
Zach, you look like you own a MacBook Pro, and your favorite movie is The Wolf of Wall Street. So for that reason, I'm out.
Okay, so with that, I'll go tally the votes. All right, if anyone has a hidden immunity idol and would like to play it, now would be the time to do so. All right, when the votes are read, the decision is final. Person being voted out will be asked to turn their video off on their Zoom call immediately. I'll read the votes. First vote. Zach. Second vote. Kaylin. It's 1 vote Zach, 1 vote Kaylin, 7 votes left. Third vote. Zach. Fourth vote. Zach. That's 3 votes Zach, 1 vote Kaylin, 5 votes left. Zach. Second person vote out of Striver Michigan Season 7 Wolverine Wheel. Zach, please turn off your video. All right. So with that, you guys have officially voted out the first member of your tribe. Hopefully you guys can come back next week bigger, faster, and stronger, but also online. So I'll see you guys next week. Grab your stuff, heading out. Good night.
2 down, 16 to go.
Your lips could have been sealed.
I think I finally have enough info to apply some of those CS classes I've been taking these years.
What we're going to be doing this week is a Survivor Michigan Classic.
I don't feel great, but at the same time, I totally saw it coming. I haven't really been too active talking to people, especially compared to what I know other people are doing. I was definitely a little aggressive in the plan making strategy for the travel challenge this week. I definitely knew it was sus. I had a pretty good feeling coming in that it was going to be me, definitely on me, because I definitely was just not playing the game as hard as everyone else was. I was texting people to like set up meetings, and then I didn't check my phone for 2 days. Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely not happy about it, but it was not really surprising, kind of on me.